Hey, alright, so this could be the only time that you've looked outside or even gone outside, but you probably haven't even gone outside just yet. So I'm just gonna have the camera here, literally just looking off in the distance. You got the sun out, you got nice views. Just enjoy it as I talk over the camera. And even better, fucking go outside. But yeah, just enjoy. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, do try and focus. It is going to be only one screen that you see. It's not going to see loads of edits and stuff and kind of shit like that, so try and give this your best attention, because your attention span is probably terrible. If it is that bad, there are some butterflies that fly through, so look for those, because butterflies are cool, but straight to the business. I bet you don't even know what discipline really is. A lot of people think that they do, that they understand what it is, that they think that discipline is going to the gym, or that it's just doing hard work. If you think that that is the case, you're wrong. Discipline is not doing something that's hard, it's doing something that you specifically didn't feel like doing. I'm going to explain to you 3 concepts, 2 of which that you will have heard of and you know very well. However, one of these you probably wouldn't have heard of, so stick to the end because you will genuinely find this interesting. My name is Wilder and I help other young men take back control of their lives. There are 3 aspects that you will come to understand. Motivation and discipline. These 2 I have no doubt that you have heard of before. And the last one, willpower. However, a lot of people don't even know the actual difference between these 3 things. Motivation is desire. It is craving, the want to do something. This is something that we all want to have. However, it is fickle and it comes and goes. It's not something that we can just make appear out of nowhere. That's not how motivation works. Then you have discipline, is persisting. Something that you are going to do that you aren't motivated for. What this legend of a man would say, doing the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. This is so important, and I think it's one of the most important out of the 3, because it's a characteristic trait. It can be built on. Unlike motivation, which we can't just make appear out of nowhere, discipline we can actually build on, as it's a character trait. It's something that we just have. Motivation is fickle, it comes and goes. However, discipline is here to stay if you can actually build some discipline. And then you have willpower. It's resisting. Not doing something when you feel like it. So you have motivation, which is desire, discipline, which is persisting, and then willpower, which is resisting. To put this into context, I am so motivated for the gym. I want to go to the gym. You see, that's not discipline. You're motivated to go to the gym, so you're not actually using discipline. So when people say that, oh, I'm disciplined, I go to the gym all the time, chances are you probably want to. Which doesn't mean you're using discipline, it just means you're motivated to, you want to go. However, if you have someone who says, I didn't want to go to the gym today, but I went anyway, that's using discipline. And then you have the last one, I used my willpower not to eat the junk food. I wanted to eat the junk food, I wanted to eat the pizza, the ice cream, the, I don't know, Haribo's, but I didn't. The truth is that I think that discipline is the most important out of all of these, because as I said, motivation is fickle, it comes and goes, however discipline is here to stay. And if you can learn this, then it is so easy to win. Why? Because the average person is chasing instant gratification for the brief sense of escapism. Their real life feels like shit and they feel terrible most of the time during their day, so they turn to instant gratification because it gives you a short term of escaping that shittiness. They're not willing to improve and build on themselves, to sacrifice the short term for the long term. They aren't willing to navigate through a relationship with a woman and put in the hard work to become desirable for a woman in a relationship. So when they feel lonely, they just watch porn now, as a sense of instant gratification, sacrificing the long term for the short term. And I'm pretty sure that porn is not going to help you get into a relationship. Or if you do, it's not going to help it stay. 99% of men do this. But you can become the 1% by understanding the fundamentals, motivation, willpower, and most importantly, discipline. Getting rid of the degenerate habits such as porn, social media scrolling, binge watching whilst you eat junk food, video games. You don't need to be amazing. You don't need to be someone like Hamza. You don't need to be the top person. You just need to do the fundamentals, not do the degenerate habits. Puts you already at the top 10%. But to get to the top 1%, well, this won't come from some amazing monumental act. If you feel super motivated right now, thinking about that fancy, complicated business or the grunting, difficult workout, good, great. I'm glad that you feel motivated. But it's not just that. Motivation will go, and then eventually you'll be back to square one. Beating this massive competition isn't a big act. It's showing up every day, with the intention of doing a little better than the day before. The guy who stays on the football pitch an extra 5 minutes after everyone's gone home after training is the guy who will go on to become the world champion. If you make a 1% better decision over the next few years, it will become a massive difference. And here's something that I bet you'll agree with. It's harder to be lazy than it is to be disciplined. Yes, as weird and as crazy as that sounds, it's harder to be lazy than it is to be disciplined. And let me explain why. To be disciplined means, okay, I gotta work out today. It is tiring, but you know what? I gotta do it. I can't watch porn. It's difficult, yeah, but I feel way better now, so it's alright. It's difficult, but it's alright. But to be lazy means you have to deal with your mind telling you every single day that you are not living up to your potential. The demons in your mind, dealing with negative thoughts every single day, overthinking, some severe cases that are even led to depression. Those moments you have late at night when you've done nothing all day and suddenly you think of that awkward moment 6 years ago. Like, genuinely think about the kind of lives that other people live where they don't even consider improving their discipline. So they just go to one easy source of dopamine to the next easy source of dopamine. In turn, sacrificing their future selves' happiness for today's pleasure. And when it's 12 months down the line, you're fat, you're lonely, you're depressed, addicted to porn. You don't want that. You may think right now, it's not going to matter. But given time, over the next year, yeah, it's going to make a massive difference. So if that time's going to pass anyway, why not keep making the better decisions? Trust me, you don't want to be the lonely, depressed fat guy who can't help but eat junk food and is addicted to porn. You don't want this. Don't give in to instant gratification. Here's the most important thing that I can tell you from this video. If there's one thing I want you to do, it's this. Ask yourself, what do you want to deserve? Not what you want, because unfortunately in this world, no one gives a shit what you want. But what you want to deserve. Do you deserve a six-pack, that six-figure business? Are you actually working for it? Because if you are, you will hit those goals, and that means you deserved it. You worked for it, you deserved it. Or are you someone with the degenerate habits like I was? Because if you are someone with the degenerate habits, you aren't going to deserve that six-pack. You aren't going to deserve that perfect life that you want. And to work for it, you will need discipline. Hopefully this has helped you out. Stay consistent and do the best you can. Love you, bro. Mwah.